Hello, welcome to the channel. Last week we replaced the bearings in the front diff on this Gator. If you haven't seen the video, now's your chance to watch it. Anyway, while we had it up on the ramps, I noticed that one of the rear wheel bearings had shit itself. So we've got a new bearing here. We're going to get it up on the ramp again, see if we can fit it. You can see the problem here. Hear it anyway. Now I've got a 30mm socket on there. There was a split pin in there, but I've already taken that out. Right, we'll clean some crap off and see what we're up against. And today we're going to be using this sexy little Milwaukee 3/8 drive ratchet. Listen this. Ticking like a Swiss watch. Before you asked, no, I'm not sponsored by them. Right, we'll take the brake caliper off. Check the pads while we're in there. See if it needs a new set. Not much meat on there. Right, got 18mm spanner, an 18mm socket. I'll just put a bit of jizz on there. Do that bottom one in case we need them both out. That should whiz off nicely. Just loosen that bottom bolt a bit, see what happens. Alright. There we go. I'll just take the circlip out of here and this bearing will come out really easily. So that's the old bearing out. Came out not too bad. We've just got to get this cleaned up now and pop the new one in. Okay, so that's that nicely cleaned out. Just need to pop the new bearing back in now and away we go. Apologies for the rain noise, but we don't seem to be able to get 2 fine days in a row at the minute. So I haven't done for the last 6 months anyway. Okay, circle it back in and we're ready to reassemble it. Looks good to me. It's a bit of a tight fit in there, so it may need a bit of persuasion. That's it. Wasn't too bad. Right, I think I'll get the jack under there and lift the top in. Right, you've got to be careful that I don't lift this too far and tip the whole thing off the lift. on a bit. There we have it. Right, I'll finish these off by hand. Now I know how tight they're going. I know I should do it with a torque wrench really, but I've got a bit of a feel for it. And it's easy to over tighten things with a impact wrench. Disc back on. Washers. Big nut. Split pin back in. Right, let's see if we can get these brake pads out now. And put some new ones in. Right, I'm just going to use this clamp to push the piston back in so that I get the old pads out. It's a bit tight, that piston, a little bit seized. It should come out if I use this clamp. Right, I've loosened the bottom bolt, taken the top bolt out, so that should swing out the way. And now I should be able to get the pads out. One, two. That's the old pad up against the new one. You can see how worn they are. Oh, that one is. You can see how much is on the new pad. Quite a lot of meat on there. There's virtually nothing left on that old one. So I think we've caught it just in time. We'll pop the new ones in, stick it back together. Oh, nearly. Almost had it the wrong way around. Put the bolt in, tighten them up, put the brakes a couple of times, and that's it, job done. I've replaced the front pads as well. It's basically the same process as the rear. And then we had all the belly plates off a couple of weeks ago when we did the diff, so I'm going to replace those, put them back on. I've cleaned up a bit underneath them, then we should be ready to go and get stuck in the field again somewhere. Get all these bolts in before we start tightening them up. Make sure they're all in, make sure all the holes line up. Right, that's them all in. So I can go ahead and tighten them up now. So that's the Gator back together and ready to go back to work. In the meantime, we've had this little bad boy borrowed. That's the Polaris Ranger. As you can see, it's a little bit more compact, a bit shorter than the Gator. But between the two, I think there's only one winner. Hands down, in my opinion, the Polaris Ranger is a much better motor. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one.